Welcome to our YouTube channel. Sorry, friends, we have been away for a few days. There was a problem with the channel, we fixed that problem and we are at your service again. In this video, we will examine the closest planet to Earth in the solar system, that is, the planet Mars. Could Mars be habitable? Let's check together. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the closest neighbor to Earth. This planet had similar characteristics to Earth in the past. But are these similarities to the extent that Mars can become a place for humanity to live in the future? One of the main factors investigated in this field is the atmospheric and climatic conditions of Mars. Currently, Mars has a very thin and cool atmosphere that does not have the protective effects of Earth's atmosphere. However, research suggests that there were higher temperatures and humidity on the surface of Mars in the past, which may be signs of liquid water and more favorable conditions for habitation. One of the main problems in living on Mars is the lack of strong gravity like Earth. The surface of Mars has about 1/3 of the gravity of Earth. This issue can have many effects on the human muscular and skeletal system and lead to medical problems for the mission forces. In addition, Mars is actually a dry and desert planet. Natural liquid sources such as rivers and lakes do not exist on Mars. However, several studies show that the underground can hold large water reserves. If these reserves are properly exploited, the use of underground water resources may be an important basis for habitation on Mars. Studies show that living on Mars can be a huge challenge. But technology and science are progressing and many studies are being conducted to search for habitable conditions on Mars. The main goal of this research is to ensure the hosting of an environment in which humans can live. So it seems that until the basic problems related to gravity, atmospheric conditions and water resources are not solved, human habitation on Mars will not be achieved. But with the advancement of technology and more research, getting better results and suitable facilities for living on Mars may be in the near future. However, do you think Mars could be habitable for humanity? In your opinion, what factors should be considered so that Mars can host our habitation? Share with us in the comments section about this topic. According to the research and reviews, we will mention some other factors that should be considered in order for Mars to be suitable for habitation. Solar radiation. Mars is further away from the Sun than Earth and therefore receives less solar radiation. This issue can have an impact on the energy system required for settlement as well as impacts on plant growth and food production through agriculture. Citizenship of communication. The distance between Earth and Mars is about 220 million kilometers. This indicates a long time to send information and communication between the two planets. Fast and stable communication between Mars and Earth is important for space programs and future explorations. Protection of mental and spiritual health. Living on Mars may have certain symptoms for psychological reasons. Being away from the Earth and family, lack of full coverage of communication with other people and lack of social experience under the condition of a long-term residence statement on Mars can become factors for the mental and psychological endurance of humanity on this planet. In general, Mars has potentials for human habitation, but still many technical, scientific and cultural issues need to be investigated and solved to move towards habitation on Mars. It indicates that in addition to technology and science, we need multiple skills to conquer and settle in an unknown and extraterrestrial environment in the near future. Food menu. One of the important challenges of living on Mars is providing food. Resources. Considering the harsh and dry climate of Mars and the lack of water resources, creative solutions must be found to produce food products without dependence on the Earth. For example, hydroponic technology and vertical farming can be used to grow crops in closed, artificial environments that require minimal water. The problem of surface slope and geology. Mars has a mix of hills, mountains and valleys. The slope of the Earth's surface provides the right amount of solar radiation and access to light. But to build settlements and infrastructure for human life on Mars, we must be fully compatible with the geology and capabilities of the structures. To eliminate heavy problems such as leakage and lack of cylindrical foundations. Protection against dangerous radiation. Because of its thin and lost atmosphere, Mars does not have the greatest protective power against solar rays. The Earth's atmosphere absorbs part of the harmful radiation and protects the Earth from them. In order to live on Mars, protective systems including the construction of underground buildings, protection against harsh weather and the use of walls and protective materials as shields against cosmic rays must be developed. The ability to adapt to the outdoors. Some of the factors that affect human habitation on Mars include lack of proper gravity, space rays, harsh weather conditions, lack of water and weather resources, and a dry and special environment. In order to deal with these conditions, human beings must have the ability to adapt and anticipate problems. Further research in the field of space engineering, resource optimization technology, transportation systems and life technology in outer space can be useful for conquering Mars. Existence of energy sources. In order to establish habitation on Mars, energy sources that can be used for lighting, heating and meeting the various needs of humans must be available. This could require the presence of solar and wind farms, nuclear power sources, and the development of other renewable technologies for energy production. The features of Mars are not very similar to Earth, but even though its surface is dry and waterless, fundamental evidence of the presence of water in the rocky terrain and ice at the poles of Mars has been shown. Also, the thin atmosphere of Mars contains carbon dioxide, which can be converted into water and oxygen usable by humans using appropriate technologies and engineering measures. Some plans and projects are being implemented with the aim of traveling and settling humans on Mars. These projects include plans to send continuous space missions to Mars, the equipment and technologies needed to create a sustainable habitable environment and even possibly permanent human settlement in the future. Future scientific and technological advances can help us make Mars a habitable place for humans. But to achieve this goal, more researchers will be needed in the field of space engineering, planetary environment, survival strategies and advanced technologies. It is expected that in the near future, more space programs will be sent to Mars and more information will be collected about this planet, which will help us to explore more of this planet and investigate the possibility of habitation on it. In addition to the similarities environmentally, Mars has been proposed as a potential destination for human settlement in the future due to its relatively close distance to Earth and physical properties suitable for human habitation. Additionally, some research suggests that in the past history of Mars, there may have been environmental conditions that could have been compatible with human life. For example, evidence of the existence of water in the past of Mars has been obtained by space missions of NASA and other organizations. Due to the development of space science and technology, More studies are being done about Mars and the living conditions there. It includes the investigation of atmospheric conditions, water and natural resources, geological and economic conditions, and equipment necessary to meet the basic needs of humans. But to send humans to Mars, there are still many technical and physical challenges. This includes issues such as protection against solar radiation, creating water and food supplies, engineering an environment suitable for long-term habitation, and implementing robust and sustainable communication networks. In short, Mars, as the closest planet to Earth that has the potential for human habitation, has been studied and studied by many space scientists. Further research and studies in the future can give us a better understanding of the living conditions of Mars and the facilities available there. Also, space projects to investigate and explore Mars are underway, and missions such as NASA's Perseverance mission, which will reach Mars in 2021, and carry out extensive studies of the planet, will be very useful for obtaining more information about Mars. In general, exploration and settlement on the planet Mars is still in the early stages and requires a long time and many challenges technically, scientifically and engineeringly. But the researches and advances that are currently being carried out in the field of space and planetology show that the possibility of human habitation on the planet Mars can be realized in the future. Hoping that one day we can travel to Mars and make this planet a sustainable place for humans to live in. The closest planet in the solar system to Earth in terms of habitability is Mars. Mars is a dry and cold planet with natural features similar to Earth, which has similar characteristics to Earth due to the presence of water resources and atmosphere. These features have caused Mars to be considered as one of the possible destinations for human travel to extraterrestrial planets. Well, this video is over, and I hope this video is useful for you and you liked the video. Don't forget to hit the like, comment and subscribe button. And support us, and God bless you until the new and good video.